This is the show where Team K-Zone answers your questions and talks to you. Send us in a question, we'll answer it.
Back Chat.
Today I've got a stack of comments and letters to work through, so let's dive right into it and find out what you had to say. First up this month, we heard from Lucas, who wanted us to keep up the great gaming cheats and tips. Well, good news, Lucas. In this issue that I've got here right in my hot little hand, and maybe if you're lucky you've got it in your hand too, there are tons of Animal Crossing tips and tricks, plus a bunch of other awesome games, including Slime Rancher Deluxe Edition, and a little game called Moving Out, which we really liked here at K-Zone HQ. It's all about moving out, moving house. It's a little bit like Overcooked, a lot of co-op gameplay, tons of fun. It's in here too. We hope you enjoy, Lucas. Glad you're loving the cheats. This shout out goes out to a K-Zoner called Ifra, who wrote in and said they would really like to be a part of the mag. Well, Ifra, keep the letters coming. You can definitely be in K-Zone. Send them in and we'll make sure you get a feature in the mag sometime soon. Next up is a K-Zoner called Maddox, who wrote in and said that they really enjoyed Star Wars and Jumanji. Good news, Maddox. We've got stacks more Star Wars to come. There's going to be more comics coming up in future. We've got tons of stories. We are mad for Star Wars, so don't you worry. There's always going to be stacks of Star Wars in K-Zone. And Jumanji, well, we have it on reasonably good advice that The Rock will be making lots more of these movies because they've done awesome and we love them, and people seem to love the Jumanji movies. So I reckon we're going to see more of Jumanji, which means you're going to see more of it in K-Zone too. Milan threw us a curly question here and said, how many characters are there in Star Wars altogether? Milan, this is one of the trickiest questions that I've ever faced at K-Zone HQ. And someone once asked me to do pi to 46 digits. How many characters in Star Wars? I'm going to go with trillions. It's a big old universe. How many grains of sand are there on a beach? How many planets are there? We know the Star Wars universe is pretty much infinite. So yeah, trillions and trillions of characters in Star Wars. If you're talking in the movies, or the comics, or the books, I reckon there'd be thousands, something like that. But yeah, the Star Wars universe is absolutely massive, so I'm going to say that there's trillions of characters. Hope that helps. Eli, you asked us, how do we make such good magazines? Eli, it is pure magic that happens here at K-Zone HQ. We assemble a crew of the finest K-Zoners that the planet has ever seen. And then we add the secret ingredient. The secret ingredient is, of course, you. It's the K-Zoners themselves. If you guys didn't read the mag, we wouldn't have a mag. So add you plus us and we make K-Zone the coolest mag on the planet. Great question, Eli. Love it. Darcy threw us another tough one, asking who is our favorite Star Wars character. Now, I'm not going to speak for the rest of the team here because everyone on the team, I'm sure, has their own favorite character. I'm pretty sure 18's favorite character is BB-8, but that's really the only one I'd be certain to kind of take a guess at. My favorite character is possibly Obi-Wan Kenobi, only because we bear a passing resemblance and I might have trained him in the ways of a Jedi, maybe. I can't confirm or deny that though, but I'm going to say Obi-Wan Kenobi is my favorite, and after that, yeah, we're going to have to get the other K-Zone crew members on here to tell you who their favorite character is. Mauricio, second last question for this episode of Back Chat. Mauricio wanted to know how many K-Zones we have made so far. K-Zone is probably around about up to its 250th issue, something like that maybe. K-Zone started in April in the year 2000, so we're talking almost 20 years worth of mags, and we do 12 issues a year. My maths is pretty sketchy, K-Zoners. I mean, I try and flex my maths muscles all the time, but off the top of my head, I think about 250 issues of K-Zone have been made so far, and hopefully another 250 issues to come. Avi asked the last question here for today's episode of Back Chat: when is the Earth going to get time travel? Avi, that is a fantastic question, and I would put it to you, how do you know we haven't? Am I Dan from the future? I'm going to leave you with that little curly question there. Throw it right back at you, Avi. Thank you very much for all of your questions, K-Zoners. Keep them coming in. Send them in. Comment on articles. Hit us up on the shout-outs. Just, shout out to us. We want to hear from you. Ask us anything you want, and we'll do our best to get back to you. Thanks a lot for watching, and welcome to Back Chat.